Good evening. So far, both Republicans and Democrats have spent millions of dollars in political advertising in the last frontier. While effective, these ads aren't the only thing the parties are doing to try and win your vote. Channel 2's Blake Essick joins us to take a look at what Republicans and Democrats are doing to generate support for their candidates leading up to the upcoming elections.
Well, Kathleen, in about 3 months, voters across the country will take to the polls to determine the future of the United States Senate, and Alaskans will have a big voice in that outcome.
I'm Mark Begich. It took 5 years, but I got...
We've seen them for months.
Because Alaska needs a fighter again.
Political ads that have dominated the airwaves.
We've been building on this push for a long time.
A battle for Alaska's U.S. Senate seat, one that has piqued the interest of the national committees.
Alaska is at the forefront of this year's Senate midterm elections. The decisions folks make here is going to have an impact across the United States.
As the TV ads continue to play, it's a boots-on-the-ground effort that members of the Republican National Committee hope will generate support for whichever candidate emerges as the challenger for Senator Begich's seat.
Hi, Geneva. My name's Kyle. I'm with the Republican National Committee.
On Saturday morning, the RNC hit the streets.
There's no question that beating Mark Begich this November is the #1 priority for Republicans in Alaska.
Making phone calls and knocking on doors, trying to talk to anyone who will listen.
But we're laying the groundwork, so when we do have a candidate, we can work together and build a strong foundation to beat Mark Begich in November.
An old-school way of campaigning, one Republicans hope will pay off this November.
Every time we knock on a door, every time we make a phone call and we connect with a new voter, that is how we're going to build our team to turn out in November.
A grassroots campaign effort that Zach Fields with Alaska's Democratic Party says have put into practice as well.
We're united behind Senator Mark Begich.
Sending a message to voters, using a campaign strategy that Fields says is focusing on the senator's record of accomplishments.
Well, one of the great things about Alaska is we're a really independent, moderate state, and I think when the folks who are knocking on doors find that there's a lot of support for Mark Begich and for his work with the Alaska delegation, and that's bipartisan. That's what it takes to get things done.
A race for a seat in the Senate that will not only shape the future of Alaska, but potentially the entire nation, as Republicans push to regain control of the Senate.
The primary election is August 19th, with the general election on November 4th. Early and absentee voting for primary election begins this Monday. Kathleen?
Thanks for that report, Blake.